What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Midwest Show. What's going on, people? Your boy is in the building once again. We live and direct like magic. Yes, Lord. Let me turn that down. That, like that. Share that. My community. Post that. What it do? What it do? What it do? My people, what it do? What's the word? What's the word? What's going on out there? What's going on out there? What's the word, people? What's the word? What's going on? Hit that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up. Just sharing a video right here. A couple platforms. What's going on? What's up? What's good, Mr. St. Clair? What's going on? What's the word? Midwest is in the building. And what's going on, Keith? Keith's in the building. Jovan in the building. What's the word? What's going on with you brothers out there? How's everything going on? Did y'all find y'all some currency? Did y'all find y'all some of that good currency? I know y'all did. I know y'all did. Let me send out an invite real fast. Let me send out an invite to a couple people real fast. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. As I roll up as well, you know me. I gotta smoke, y'all. That's that Indian in me. That's that chief. That big chief in me. You know what I'm saying? I have to get my chiefing on. You know, get my mind and shit going. Let me see. Okay. All right, I just sent those. So what's going on, y'all? Hit that thumbs up as you come through. Midwest in the building. What's the word? What's the word? I hope y'all got some of that foreign currency. Hope y'all got some of that foreign currency. It's finna go now. Yes, Lord. I was helping some people today finish up some paperwork on some certain stuff. They emailed me last night. I'm telling y'all better get y'all questions asked, y'all emails in, because this is down to the nitty gritty. You know, like I said, somebody else gonna be running the channels, doing videos, Shock with the Facts, and other people. He gonna be going right with me. So he really in and out right now. He should have been had his channel up and gone, but he good. He good. Hit that thumbs up when you come through the door, people. Come one of my brothers right now. P83 is in the building. What's going on, P?
Man, what it do? What it do, man? What's the word out here, bro?
Man, getting ready for I'm getting ready for this RV. They say this shit might be just, you know, I ain't gonna say it, but man, sooner than later. Real sooner than later. So I'm just keeping my toes crossed and my mouth shut. You know, but I'm just letting the people know, get them some currency before it's too late.
Yes, sir.
And it might be too late. You know what I'm saying? It just might be too late. But it never hurts to try.
Hey.
Just might be too late unless you know somebody that's gonna sell you something.
Hey, they better get it. They better get it while it's good, man.
And they better get it now, because I'm telling you, when it's I had a guy that was looking for something. I was gonna sell him something. He said he was gonna check his account. He never got back with me. He don't know. Them prices go up just like the bank prices. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Straight up. I got currency. I got enough to sell, son. Sure do. I got plenty. That's why I said I got enough to make sure a lot of people straight. That's one of our goals that we said we was going to make sure that we was able to help the people when this is all said and done. Regardless if it was with paperwork they need done or a mortgage that need to be paid or a car note that need to be paid off. Whatever they want, that one time blessing, whatever they want, that's what we gonna do. And we gonna put some funds in their pockets. And we gonna continue to move forward in our process. And gonna continue to help them move forward in their process.
Yes, Lord.
Just like that, because we're here to help everybody get through. It's not just one or two people. We trying to get everybody through as possible. Everybody do as possible. If you're watching on Facebook, you got to come over here so I can see a live comment. I always send shouts out to Facebook. What's up, Facebook? Because I am streaming over there. I don't forget about y'all. But to really get involved in what's going on, I would like for y'all to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you can get it, all the notifications when I go live. That way you can interact with the questions in the audience that's here that's interacting with us. That'd be awesome for you guys over there on Facebook to comment, subscribe, and interact with the YouTube community, and we can move forward with that. Yeah, I'm waiting on my birth certificate right now. So when they get back fully furnished, then I'm ready to go. Hit that thumbs up as you come through the door, people. I hope everybody having a wonderful evening. I hope y'all enjoyed this day. It was a nice day. Where I'm at, there's no rain. It was beautiful. It's supposed to be beautiful tomorrow. I got a couple jobs lined up for tomorrow. Pray for me. I got to get out there in that heat and work. I detailed a couple cars today as well. So I'll be on it. I don't just be sitting around doing nothing. I'll be on it. So what's good with y'all? Anybody got questions about anything? It's a link in the comments section where you can click on that link and join the panel. If you got any questions, come on up and talk with the family. What's on your mind? What's going on, people? Let's talk. Q&A with Midwest. Let's go. Where y'all at, y'all? Where the people at? I know it's a lot of questions. Don't be afraid to ask a question. How do I write up my decree? You don't write up a decree. You don't write up a decree. You fill out your petition and you file your petition for your name change, and you get your order from the judge.
Yeah.
You don't write it up. Once you do the correct paperwork and you file that and they grant your order, then you good. Your decree you holds in your hand. Because that's your order saying that your name is to be changed from all caps to proper given. And it'll be right there on there. And that's the order. Then you go get certified copies and start sending them motherfucker off to everybody. Letting them know. I got an affidavit of correction that can go with that decree when you start putting people on notice as well. What a name change affect my unemployment insurance? They denied me asking for work authorization papers. No, because you haven't did anything with Social Security yet. And on that unemployment, they're blocking down on the fraud because a lot of people had filed for unemployment who wasn't technically working, period. And they was getting those big checks every week. And now the people that was truly working and was out of work, they wasn't even receiving any checks. So they still on hold for the checks for the weeks that they missed. So
you know how many?
You're not doing my petition. It's a petition in your state because that's where papers you work. You're gonna look on. You're gonna Google the name change petition for whatever state you in. Say you in New York, you're gonna Google name change petition for New York. And then it's gonna tell you adult name change, no divorce. That's the one you want. You're gonna click on it, and it's gonna tell you what you need to do. You're gonna fill out that paperwork. Some people had to have a cover letter and all that other shit. That was California, had to have cover letters and all that. But Illinois, it was just like I think a one pager. You just fill out the petition and you submit it. They got a fee waiver too. So if you get like any kind of benefits from the state, the VA, SNAP, Link, you can get a fee waiver. They got a fee waiver, and you don't have to pay for it. So you will look up the fee waiver, name change petition fee waiver. You'll look that up as well. And if you qualify, you can use that fee waiver, and you won't even have to pay for it. Because I use the fee waiver.
Yes, sir.
And then once you file your petition, you have to put your name in the paper for like 4 weeks. So it's gonna be your court date is gonna be like 4 or 5 weeks out. Enough time, 4 to 6 weeks out. Enough time for you to put your name in the paper to be you have to put your name in the paper for 4 weeks, and then that 5th week you will go to court. Because you got to publicate the name, because anybody you owe or any debt or any discrepancies you changing your name, they got to show up at that court date, which they don't. So that put them in contempt when they say you owe them. Well, technically you don't. I'm gonna send you this decree, a certified copy of my decree, a letter of correction, and a letter of guidance to guide you on what you need to do, because now you're dealing with someone different, and you need to update the account to the upper Lord, which is the proper given name. Now that's not the debtor. So now everything should be credited because you're dealing with the living man. And you just put yourself on the civil side.
Preach.
So
take it to church, nigga. Take it to church.
Yeah, so that's exactly how it goes. Just like that. And once you put yourself on the civil side of the ledger, that's where you want to be. Then that's when you start, you almost done with the process. And then you will start putting your claims in at the end when you set up your trust. Some people already got trust set up. Then they'll start putting in their claims. And then you start putting in your claims and having all the shit that you claiming move to your trust. And that's it. And there go all your assets and everything that's out there that's connected to you, that's linked to your social and your birth certificate. You'll move everything over into your trust. And that's why you did the universal the Universal Life Church. That's why you did the Universal Life Church situation to become an ordained minister, because your trust is under the 508, unincorporated ecclesiastical trust. So it lines you up right in position to move forward, tax exempt, taking nothing but donations and humanitarian purposes, and that's all you need, and you good. And then we just move forward.
Yes, sir.
And then I was looking at some videos, some other guys, they was doing some other things, getting access from the Federal Reserve and things like that. But that's different paperwork. That's different scenario, different route.
Mm-hmm.
You can't mix these processes together because it don't work like that. Trey Snatch.
What they do, King?
What's going on, Trey?
I'm good, man. Just honored to be, you know what I mean, in your presence, talking with the people.
Oh, it's all good, man. It's an honor to have you up here with us, my brother.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. I just learned about you just recently, man. I haven't been on you for probably maybe like less than 2 weeks. I just came across your information.
Oh, that's wonderful, man. That's wonderful. You came across at this time because we at a time right now where it's critical and the times are changing in the world and it's all lined up with our paperwork. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that's happening right now in this world is lined up with our paperwork.
So
And we
where I'm at in the process is I've done my UCC one, done my security agreement. I got my injunctions, and I just actually got a letter back from the deputy office for the chief of police as receipt of my information and letting them know, and basically like, hey, let them know if I need any more assistance or whatever. Like they actually responded to a private letter,
right. That's
which
what's
was
up.
interesting to me, which was very interesting to me.
That is interesting. I'm gonna have to talk to you outside of this live. Cause
Okay,
yeah, that's cool though. That's what's
yeah,
up.
I'm in the process of attempting to discharge the mortgage using discharge my mortgage. I own a duplex, and
Uh-huh.
I'm in the process of discharging that using Accord and Satisfaction. Have you seen a lot of success using that method?
I heard of a lot of success physically seeing it, knowing someone. No,
Okay,
I heard
okay,
my guy did this and my guy, but no, it's never was no proof, no proof of life. You feel me?
yeah.
Yeah. So technically, to me, it's all hearsay until you know what I'm saying, until someone can really show proof of discharge or you know what I'm saying or set off.
So that's kind of been my kind of question or kind of I don't
Turn the
know
music down.
reservation with some of this stuff because when
Music.
I go and research it, I see a lot of people. I mean, you're one of the most consistent amongst very few others that actually come on. But like most of the time when you research this stuff on like YouTube and stuff, the information is like a year, 3 years old. Like one dude I was listening to who's been on it for a while, he's actually doing YouTube videos from like jail and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, like where's you know what I mean? Like for instance, like adverse possession of property and things of that nature, maybe using a promissory note or things of that
Mhm.
nature. I'm like, where's the people with all the cribs? Where's the like hallelujah stories? You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I get a lot of I know somebody who did it or I heard of somebody who did it, but like where's the actual, you know what I'm saying? Actual proof. You know what I mean? Like where's
Well,
the
once
people?
you,
And I understand the gray man or whatever, but where's the proof?
it's technically is once you learn the process and understand you can't mix public and private. Once you get yourself to the private side, then technically they couldn't even if they had it, they couldn't technically put it on YouTube. You see what
Mm.
I'm saying?
What would be the ramifications of that?
Because they can be in jeopardy of losing what they just you know what I'm saying what they just accomplished because you sign non-disclosure agreements when you get full access. So technically, a lot of people. I'm not saying everybody that's gone have signed an NDA and have moved forward, on. But and then some people become agents. You know what I'm saying? Trolls, trolling other people, discrediting them, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying?
Um, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not in this. I didn't start learning this stuff and get in it to be debating with people. You know what I'm saying? I got in this stuff to, you know what I'm saying, build wealth and secure it for me and mine. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of,
Yeah.
where I'm at with it. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be no poor righteous teacher. I don't even really like I don't really even go public about this stuff, but I've been checking you out and I saw I had the opportunity to hop on and what I'm saying, chop it up with you. So, I talk on it, but I don't even speak public about any of these things here.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of people don't. They say I know somebody. They could be talking about them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You know, you never know. You got to read between the lines sometimes, you know. So
Yeah.
that's how I take it. And that just let me know, just, you know, once I move forward in my process and I get to that point, then I'll be like, okay, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I know somebody, you know what I'm saying? I know somebody too. You feel me? And just
That's a
like
fact.
that. And that's how, you know, that, and that's probably how you would want to keep it, you know?
Mm. So I have a question for you. I heard you speak about being able to draft a negotiable instrument for like a cash deposit with like a brokerage like Fidelity. Uh, how's that been working? And do you know anyone who's able to do it? Maybe like a banker's acceptance or something to that extent.
I know there's someone that know how to draft the bonds and stuff up. Have I made my deposit with the bond yet to that nature? No. That's what I'm working on. I'm just waiting on my certificate to come back, but that's my next step is to make my deposit with my bond that's written up off my master bond that's at the treasury.
So now you have to go through I was watching this dude, but he's a white dude, but I think his name is David Young, and he's talking about there's like companies that actually charge to securitize and process documents. You have to go through
Yeah,
one of those type of companies.
he tell you that, and once you buy his library, then he disconnect from you and tell you need to learn all the shit that's in the library, and then you lose them right there. So no, I don't know nobody that like no.
Mm. So you're not familiar with any companies that actually securitize negotiable instrument documents that are accepted, because I know there's a difference between registered and securitized, because I know you could put
Well, I know that we got somebody to medallionize our instruments. So if they signature guaranteed by the bank, technically they got to be written correctly before the bank will accept it or even put their stamp on it.
now what would be the difference between registered, like putting a negotiable instrument on a UCC1 and now it's a registered negotiable instrument, and securitized negotiable instrument? What would be the difference to your knowledge at this point?
You said say that again. Repeat that.
But the difference between a registered negotiable instrument and a securitized, because you could put a negotiable instrument on a UCC 1 or 3 or whatever, and now it's registered. It's registered with that state. So, but it's not securitized. It's just registered. What's really the difference? And maybe you might not know the difference in a bank accepting it per se.
Okay, I had fell out, but I'm gonna just go by yours. See, like this is a negotiable instrument that I have right here, right?
Uh-huh.
See, medallionize.
Okay.
You see right here, banker's acceptance,
Yeah.
negotiable banker's acceptance, redeemed in U.S. coin, Title 12 USC.
Yeah.
See this here? This here's a certified registered note right here.
So it's registered. Did you put it on a UCC1, or I mean, did you put it on a UCC and register it like that, or you just went to an
It's
individual
registered.
who?
No,
No,
he secured it. He secured it by his
I
registration.
secured it off of my master, off my master bond that I have at the treasury. You see what I'm saying? In my
Okay.
process, when I did my UCC and my security agreements and my power of attorney, I have a bond that came with my package. So I have a indemnity bond at the U.S. Treasury right now. So I can write
Okay.
bonds off of that, and that bond is registered. So technically, all I have to do is write out my bond and attach my registered number to that bond, to that note, and draw from my master bond that's at the treasury.
Okay, and you use that to discharge debt, correct?
I can use it to discharge that. I can use it to purchase things. I can use
or
it for
set off.
whatever purpose
Set
or
off.
set off.
That's
And
what the
you've
purpose of
actually
that's what the purpose of the bond for is discharge and set off. It's not in
absolutely.
exchange for money or anything. Just exchange the credit. You're gonna transfer the credits, and also you'll get a check on the private side because you're the principal. You're the surety. You're the not the surety. You're the you're the principal.
And
The shareholder.
have you successfully been able to purchase assets with using that method?
Certain things,
No,
certain things you'll be able to
it's just
tackle.
certain things.
Certain
ahead.
things. Oh, I do it because from my personal experience, I had certain things for the UCC3 attachments, but in a way of certain bankers, like so for like big things, I have to be in my regular things. If I was like, you had good credit and shit, and you go in there as like a say that you go in there not knowing anything, you act like you don't know anything, and then you was to do a 180 in the middle of the contract and submit all your paperwork and claim title of the note that they use. Instead of using your own, you're playing along, and you can turn around and use their note and register it through the deed of records and all that shit. But if that's I have witnessed, I have known people to do that. But since I'm not in the position to use that type of shit, because certain bankers don't let certain people to come out of slavery, so sometimes you got to go in that way and utilize your document once you're already in the door. But for smaller things, yes, like bills, like certain little things, yes. Because once you securitize it, that shows you got a perfected interest in it. You perfected an interest in it. So,
Okay, so you successfully paid bills with it, but you've never used that method to basically
no, I try to go in there into the public, which was listen, I'm trying to use a private remedy for my going to the public. So when I go into the public trying to use my remedies, the public debtor, because the bank's really not banks, they're debt servicers. So they're looking at me as a debtor off the rip. So I'm going into trying to use private remedies in a public setting. So they're off the rip are trying to basically have me do the regular procedure. Like, oh, run my credit and do all this other shit when that's irrelevant. And that goes back to the situation when I just said you want to go in there, and if you have those certain situations that you could acquire that, then go in there. But for my situation, as of right now, I'm waiting on my trust to be sent to me so I can instruct. It's pretty much already set up, but to actually get the documents. And when I go,
again, don't forget, shot.
Go ahead.
It all depends on what the promissory wrote. Is it a demand promissory note?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You don't even got to go in there, and we don't even got to write our own because we can use their paperwork. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can.
Because we can go in there. What I'm saying, like for instance, say for example, if I had a sister, she has she's eligible to go in there and buy a house. And put myself in her shoes, I would go in there and use a public way, and they're thinking that I'm a regular debtor. But when they were doing the paperwork, I'm using their paperwork, but I'm going to securitize it and put a lien on it through the procedure. But they already let me through the door to do that. You see what I'm saying? So now they don't have to accept or refuse my document. I already used their document to have my property on their asset, and I already registered it so they can't backdoor. You could do that way because you're in the position to do that.
Yeah.
Now, if I wanted to go to the dealership, if I want to go to the dealership and I wanted to securitize it, I would get like, say I wanted a Benz. I'll go get the description. They'll write up everything. They'll write up it's really a security agreement because they give you the description of the car, the VIN number, everything. And you will go and secure with that security agreement. You attach it to your you will do a UCC3 and securitize it under your UCC1 register, and they'll pull the credits. Then you'll take that to the bank and get a letter of credit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's already backed by collateral. So when you go to the bank, they will see that. But I won't want to do that because I want to put everything in my trust. I'm waiting to put everything in the name of the trust and get me out the public totally. So if I wanted to do that right now.
Okay, so now.
And also,
my question to you is that why?
And also, do you have the proper identification? Do you got an American state passport, or are you using a U.S. debtor still? Or it don't matter if you know what I'm saying. Are you the only way out? You have to have this thing's a full circle. The earlier you get all the way through this, you have to complete the full circle. Do you have all the T's and the ducks down the road? You got your green American state passport? Did you go through the right? So you don't got to go through the United States citizens. We don't want to go through the Department of State. That's where we're getting trapped up because there's so many, and it just came upon me in the last few weeks through Midwest as Midwest Citizen Research, and we can, through the people that we link with, sat at the table and basically went over the information. So this is and when this procedure is done through us, it's only supposed to take 3 days. 3 days to get the passport back. So we haven't did it because we just got this information. But once you get that green American state passport, it's showing you an American state citizen. So it's showing you that you're one of the people of the land and you're separate from the de jure state, the Department of State that we all keep going through the government, the federal government for permission. We're going through the wrong people because the republic still stands. And certain things still work. Child support can come off. I know I could link you up with people. Child support just with the DBA, yeah. No child support on the credit, all that shit. So certain things work for depending on how you do certain things. But to get the full circle, we want it to where we don't gotta write bills. We don't gotta do these notes. They already know what time it is because we did the full circle roundabout, so they know who we are as a state citizen, American on the land. So
and I get that, but my question to you is, why not just go ahead and get it from the public and then just transfer it onto your private trust? Like if you're able to go ahead and go to the bank and do that.
I said that. That's what I said. If you go into the public, that's what I said already. Do that and use their paperwork and you could go ahead and constrict it and put the lien and all that. But you just got to get through the door and have them think you're a debtor. Keep all that shit to yourself. And then when you get in the door and they doing the procedure and giving you all that documentation, you're gonna start registering, doing certain shit on the paperwork and registering because you got they give a week before closing. Like when you do a lot of big shit, like houses and shit at the closing, they give you that closing date 7 weeks. They go take that promissory note or that mortgage agreement on their paperwork. You didn't write that. You just signed it and gave, you just gave the your signature to it. You just gave you secured it. You secured their note, but they wrote it. But by law, you have 7 days to go register that note with the deed of right. I mean, with Lamar County, you want to go like how the IRS and the government go through Lamar County and then put it on your own records in your own city, and then take a copy of that certified copy and give them the certified copy and tell them when I get my private check, you'll get the original note. You see what I'm saying? So that's through the public, but you did a 180 on their ass, and that's if I wish I had the credit now as a public as I wish my public agent. Or I wish my public identity had that type of credit score because I could use it as a utility, just like how you said. But now since I go in there, they're automatically looking at me oddball. But with this other procedure that somebody actually already did, I already did it. I just have to send it in on the record. He actually went to go buy a car and his name, everything's out the system. So he's out the public completely. So he needs, I know for sure he needs an American state passport. And also with these notes, you can just take that shit down to the United States, the real treasury, and get cashed out on the spot if you have your right proper identifications.
Okay. Can I do a shameless plug? Midwest? On
of course.
Platform? Yeah, I got a credit repair company, so I can go ahead and get you sorted out, Ken. I can get you sorted out quick, fast, in a hurry. I got a credit repair company and primaries, authorized users, removals. We running on this side. On this side like
that's
a well-oiled machine.
And I'm saying, so look, so we're gonna link up. So if you already got all that shit, with this paperwork, you go in there and bro, I'm telling you, I wish I had a 700 credit score, bro. I'm telling you, I'll be in that motherfucker because I know what to do with they notes. I know what to put my name when I'm contract. I need my name in upper lower. I'm doing all this shit. I got the court orders. I'm doing all this. I'm putting a claim on it with my federal register number. I'm finna put a claim on it. I'm claiming everything. I need all my shit.
The credit side I got, man. As far as the removals, as far as the primaries, authorized users, all that good stuff, get you funding. That part is no pressure. That part I got. Now I'm learning this law, and I got the business and I got the service for anybody who interested. They can come holler. Trey Snatch, Instagram, the GPSconsultant.com. We get you sorted out, free consultation, and we get you sorted out with a credit analysis, all that good stuff. But what I'm interested about is
Make that in the comments so the people out there in the comments can get it. You know, type that and post that in the comments.
This I don't. If I press, I don't know how to use. This is my first time on Streamline, so I don't want to press done on my phone and then it
Okay,
kick me
no, that's
off
cool.
again.
No, okay. Well, once we finish,
Um.
just send it to me, and I'll make sure that they get it.
Okay. Okay. No problem. Yeah. The GPSconsultant.com. GPS stand for Generational Prosperity System. So, we getting our peoples, and I really started it. I really did it as helping my friends and family. So, I got my mom up 60,000 in credit. I got my cousin to move from the projects in New York to Atlanta. She just got under contract for a house in Atlanta. She ain't been there 90 days, and she already under contract. So we getting people funding, we getting people houses. You know what I mean? Got a realtor, everything, especially in the Florida, Georgia area. You know what I'm saying? We'll get you situated real quick, real fast. That's no pressure. That's when I say that's nothing, it's nothing. But what I'm learning, what I'm trying to learn right now and understanding and overstanding in this commerce situation, like, I'm on my way. I haven't done my UCC3 or my treasury pack yet, but I'm moving and grooving. I got my UCC1. But long story short is like I'm learning about the discharging of the bills, but specifically like the discharge of
Well,
this mortgage I have and getting like adverse property, like exactly how to go about doing it and being able to keep it. You know what I mean? Like I'm studying writs of possession and writs of execution with the sheriff, what
right,
documents need to be given to them in order to, because the way I visualize myself doing it is actually, doing my documentation, and then I'm gonna go to the sheriff and have the sheriff come with the locksmith. So now it ain't no nothing. I got the sheriff right there. Like, I'll
right,
pay you, you know what I'm saying? Whatever your fee is to go do this and whatever paperwork I'll pay you, and I'm logistically align that with the locksmith and go get the crib.
right.
So I'm looking into that as far as, letters of
Yeah, I know.
credit, bonded bills of
Mm-hmm.
exchange. I wouldn't necessarily go with the whole promissory note in that context, but like I said, I'm just still learning about it. And when Midwest said about the whole deposit in Fidelity and stuff, I was like, okay, so it had me look up. I believe it is UCC 3-405, where basically it's saying that when uh, a security is drafted and deposited into a check-ins or savings account, it's the equivalent of cash. And the government can't create money, only the people, because we're the creditors. So I'm like, well, that aligns with what Midwest is saying, where we should be able to draft our own, promissory notes for deposits into this bank. And I've already spoke with two trade, because I also trade futures. I spoke to two different trading firms. They don't accept any securities or negotiable instruments. They only accept wires and personal checks from the bank account. So that takes the trading firm out of the picture in that context, but not necessarily a financial institute that could convert it into credits and then wire that over so you can invest in stocks or trade in the market. That's where, I'm kind of, putting it at in my mind.
Right.
I know that was kind of a lot, but I've been kind of,
No,
doing my studies.
no, that's cool. That's cool.
What do y'all think about that?
I think that's the right way to go about it. As far as like you said, line up the locksmith and the sheriff, because that's what my mentor was saying. Like when you when you securing the transaction, things of that nature, and you going, you said properties, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, and you had the sheriff go, and yeah, you pay the little fees, file the paperwork, and they go, change the locks and and hand over all the goodies to you. That's how it's supposed to go out the
Has your
gate.
mentor done it before?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, and he he did a few things before, but he fucked up by dipping back in the public. And like I say, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and he got popped. So they snatched it from him.
Why did they snatch it from him though? What did he do wrong?
You can't mix it.
You can't mix the public and the private.
So what he put it in his public name?
I can't say
Or he
technically
didn't
what he
transfer
did.
it?
I can't say technically what he did, but he was young and he wasn't smart. I could put it like that.
Okay.
At that time.
Because what I'm thinking is that you would have to snatch it from the public because that's where all of the your stuff is at. But once you snatch it, you immediately put it, I'm assuming, on the UCC3 addendum and transfer it over to the private trust. Like I already got my 98 number, I got all that going on.
But you got to think, this was years ago where a lot of people didn't know about the trust and. Yeah, so like he said, like Doc said, you got to have a full circle in place. If you ain't got the full circle, it's not going to happen.
And you just simply transfer it on a UCC document. Once you transfer it on the document, then that's how you transfer it publicly. And with the county, would you have to do something in the county as well?
Hold on 1 second, my brother. I'm trying to. Hold on 1 second.
Oh my God. Over there.
Okay, I'm back. It was acting weird. It wouldn't let me add my brother in here. You in, Shot?
Yeah, I'm in here now.
Okay. What up, Big Groove?
Yeah, and see what's the cold thing is that the IRS is shut down. Well, certain parts don't take hella long to get a 9.8. Like I don't know if people get success getting 9.8s right now, but
yeah, they
like,
back jumping. They back jumping. They had closed it down for a while, but they back jumping now.
Okay, so I need to get. That's what I'm saying. So I already got my trust complete. I just need to get the 9.8 to get that private. Get it come from under it. But see, like in the public, I'm already conveyed over. Like in the little procedure that we had went through in the Social Security Administration, they already conveyed our public trust over to the private trust as well as the court order from our decree. And it's just more about getting the full. Like it's certain parts that we already conveyed all the way over. It's just we did 1 step, 2 step, 3 step. Now we have to go get the American National American State Citizen passport that we just found out and did information on, and we got to get that. Because that actually separates you. That actually coming in the upper. That actually a whole different stat. That green mean go. Just like that pad. Just like all that. What's the form called? Our green card.
No certified and registered.
Yeah, the green card. Look, green card. Green mean go. That green means makes you different. That green different.
I'm just I'm trying to see about the assets. You know what I mean? And I know
that's
the process.
That's the whole point. The whole asset is your name. The whole asset is is in the name, and the thing is about controlling the name and gathering title to the name. And I actually did a federal trademark on the federal level as a DBA and as an estate, and I got a federal trademark number on the federal level, and that trumps the state. And I was given evidence because I don't know that person personally, but the evidence that I saw was a judge order from the actual judge signed that released the individual immediately because he had proper control of the estate. Now he had proper control over his body, which means his body was the asset that they had control. But since he went and claimed it, because all assets devise from you anyway. So once one understands oneself and learns how to control and has all the instruments that they have to be able to go through these little passports that they be having set up for us and shit, and we be having like back in the day it would have been different because my sensei they was creating DC, they was creating trust, check all kind of crazy shit that was going through, but they it's just like the check game and the fraud game when people it's hard to do that shit now. They just make it harder for people. But the main thing of the matter is take that name, control it. You have to do a conveyance in the Social Security. You got to become, because right now I'm a life tenant of the Social Security, so I know that I'm a life tenant and I got proof. I got proof of it. So now I'm like, how can the hell can I use my estate if I'm a life tenant of that estate and I'm supposed to benefit? So it's something that there's a little bit more information that I came upon. I forgot what a CAF number or something from Social Security. I don't know. I got to do more research on that, but I know how to get on. I don't know. Midwest be telling me to call back up there and talk to the dude and see what's up. Because the last conversation I had, he told me I'm simply alive. I'm a life tenant. I got everything in point. But there's an SS-89 form that was supposed to be an authorization form. And when you look that form up, it makes it seem like in the public, they're going to make it seem like it identifies your identification. But in reality, when you look it up, it looks up the DMF file, the death master file, to see if you're alive or dead. So in the system, in the Social Security, I'm alive. So when they run that system, like if some of you ever bought a house or anything, that's one of the disclosures, because I went into the bank and I was going to try to purchase some in the public and try to acquire some through my Social Security account with that form, because you don't want to put none of your information on the public forms. You can use that SS-89 form and it has like a little couple boxes what to use it for, but you put your name and your property in that Social Security and then they'll run it through the system. It's called the CBSV, but either you can enroll or the person that you're doing business with have to be enrolled in the program to use it. And it costs $5,000 to enroll. Rather, it could be a check or a promissory note.
So what's the benefit of paying them $5,000 to do that?
So that's what I'm saying. Is it dollars, or can you give them a check and back it by a silver certificate like a UCC? Because if you're alive, you're able to do that. And if in their system, we should be able to do that. They should be able to accept it in a certain way. But the benefit of it is to run that system. Like, for instance, say if I become part of the system and they accept me in that system, they give me a certain computer program that basically pretty much gives you access to motherfucking the DMF master files. If you run it through the system and they call you, and Midwest give me their form, and I run Midwest's paperwork, it should run back as good. Social Security, if he's alive, Social Security is going to transfer those funds because it's only to benefit the living man. You see what I'm saying? And
now, do you know anyone who has done that?
Yeah, that's what I said. When I went
is still doing it.
The person
I know somebody
the person I learned from, the person I learned from, and they show evidence and shit. They got evidence, but everybody, they only give you so much information. You know what I'm saying? Until one's life journey. But that form purposely, if you do the research on that form, that's what it's for. And everybody that bought a house, that SS-89 form is in the disclosure. If whoever bought a house I'm pretty sure you saw that or that disclaimer. Okay, it was a disclaimer. Go into if you're more, I don't know if you probably didn't have knowledge of it now. If it's in your paperwork, you had to sign that SS-89 form. Because when I went into the public bank, when I obtained this knowledge, I try to, get my form, get the paperwork, you know what I'm saying? Mark the little box. If you was buying a mortgage, a credit check, whatever it is, you mark the little box, whatever you're trying to apply for, right, or do. So I go in there, I'm just trying to, I'm like, let me get a credit, they want to run your, the bank, they always want to run your credit no matter what you do. Let me run your name and get your credit. So I'm like, bro, here go my form. I make them check it. They trying to play dumb like they don't know. They don't know what the form is. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
so
they may not know the form because
you're right.
You're
right.
This is higher level information.
You're right.
So
you're right.
CEOs, CROs, a regular bank teller or desk person is not going to have a common knowledge of this information.
You're right. So that's what I'm saying. Going into the public. But when I talked to a mortgage, when I sat down with a mortgage broker, they had a common knowledge of this form. Now, I'm not sure if they know or understand the full purpose of the form, because they just make it seem like it's just to verify who you actually are. You know what I'm saying? And the way
they were trained. That's how they were trained.
They're trained. So I don't know. I don't know if the higher up the mortgage broker. I don't know if she really knew what the deficit is, but they were part of the program because Midwest. He actually got this nigga Midwest drove first class to a whole nother state. They flew him out because he was supposed to be conveyed over because he did the same thing I did, and they conveyed him over, but they only conveyed him over weeks later. So he thought he was conveyed over same day. It takes days in the system. This nigga they fly him out first class. He go in there, they run him, and they come back. He dead. They told him they basically said, "Get your shit right, come back." They never called this nigga again. But the point of the matter is that he came in level with the president of a bank, and they try to do this to him. Living witness. So he was out there for 3 days. So the principle of the matter is he messed up on his. That could have been in the dough. I was like, man, that shit was crazy because he was ready to transfer on the money. I'm talking about 100. I'm talking about 100 mil. I'm talking about he was waiting on Monday. He barely even called me. He was so nervous. He was so nervous.
And shit wasn't right. I was nervous as fuck. And I'm like, shit, when a motherfucker tell you, okay, shit, just be cool. We gonna give you a call. Everything good. Shit, I'm shaking in my pants.
And then he get a phone call talking about, because this broker dude, the dude that came, they sent the dude through him they sent the middleman to meet him with the people because Midwest keeping me up on game on everything of basically what's going on. But certain days you have to go out because there's some real dollars, some real private shit going on. You know what I'm saying? So the long story short, bro, Social Security didn't do their thing in time. So by the time they ran it, they denied him and said that he was a dead still. And so they was talking to a dead. They thinking they speaking to the living man, think he can have an asset to contribute to their institution. You know what I'm saying? He can write credits and bonds and ledger and balance them out, do whatever. And they come out talking about they dead. So they probably already had plans, you know what I'm saying, in the background trying to do shit with him, putting their mouth on putting their word on shit already in the background. That's probably why they was probably cut him off to a point where they stopped talking to him because they probably looked at dumb on the end. Because ain't nobody going around with this type of information, like, you know what I'm saying, with that shit. He did everything correct. It's just the Social Security moved a little bit too slow from the time.
When you file paperwork, just because you filed it ain't went through the system. You got to get that shit like 6 months to 9 months.
It could take up to it could take up to that, but usually get up to the 30-90 days. 30-90 days, 181, and then go up every 30. It's like a quarter, 30 a month, 60, 90, and then operate.
So I got a question. I got a question for y'all kings. You mentioned something earlier, King, where you was like, certain people only give you certain information on their life journey. Why do you think that is? That these people just bird feed the people. Now, granted, of course, this is some high level, complex information to understand and learn. So I do understand that, but at the same time, I've heard people say, "Oh, they've been, doing the." Teaching about it for years, and they haven't even gotten to certain processes like adverse possession or anything like that.
My mentor,
why do y'all think it's bird fed?
Because my mentor wants you to get it between the ears. That way, I don't have to call him every time I'm in the bank or every time I'm trying to make a transaction or anytime I need a bond written. I don't have to call him. I don't have to bother him. You see what I'm saying? So he makes sure I got it between the ears. That way, I can give it to you. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I know why he bird fed it to me, but I don't know why other people bird feed the information.
To be honest,
he didn't charge me for the information at all. You see what I'm saying? All he asked me was to get it between the ears. So I respect that.
Yeah,
so,
and it's like it's like depending on who you learn from too, like what they do, how they are. Because when we do a lot of martial arts, you know what I'm saying, like structure, and it's like when you get to that spot, you will understand. I might not, because I still be saying it, but I said the same shit. I be talking Midwest sometimes, like, man, why can't we? You know what I'm saying? But they will show you evidence, but it's like they don't show you how to do it. It's like they will show you that it's there. So they give you that spark, like, okay, I know it's possible with you, but how the fuck you do that? But they be like, they look from their perspective, like,
and they give you that energy.
I could be moving too quick.
The energy and the focus and the motivation to want to get it done to find out what he ain't showing me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get this between the ears so I can see. You know what I'm saying?
Because I ain't gonna lie, something it's kind of cool.
Now me and Shock, we see shit, and when we go back, And he'll be like, man, y'all grabbed a bull by the horn and y'all ran with it. He said, I've been teaching this for people for 20 years and they haven't did nothing with the paperwork. And the same day we got it back from being filed, we was out in the streets, in banks, in Fidelity, in Ameritrade, and you name it.
Oh, and I got into Fidelity. I got all the way to the last step. Look, check this out. But it's about a year and a half ago, bro, before I had my decree. So look, this is when we first got our shit, maybe like 2 years ago. And I got my lien, everything on record. And so I go in, I talk to Fidelity. I go all the way, I'm trying to open the estate account and goes back through the estate, you know, and I go all the way to the last stop, bro. And I talked to the executive. I don't know what he was, but he was one of the higher ups. And he said, he called me I got a phone call. And he was like, hey, Mr. Woody Wood. And I was talking to him, kept it private. And he was like, yeah, I see that you opened the estate. And I see you open it. My bad, I'm over here. My daughter over here doing some stuff. Got me frustrated. Hold on. But she just threw all the screws. She just threw the screws everywhere, bro. My little screws all over the thing. I had to stop and like, hold on. But now, where was I at right there? Oh yeah, Fidelity.
To the last
Fidelity.
stop,
He called
they gave you a call.
me. I forgot the form. I have all that shit in my paper. I got to go back and get it. I need to call Fidelity because I got my decree. So anyway, he was like, yeah, he said, well, we could do this for you, but there's one thing that we need. You got everything that you need, but we need the judgment from the judge, from the probate. And I didn't have that. But prior to that, I tried to go into probate and I tried to do with the little shit with the paperwork before the knowledge I had now. And you know, they tried to help me out and give me this little book, this one little clerk, and try to help me do it. And but now thinking back, that what he was asking for was the probate. I have that now, which is my decree. Because the decree transferred to the state. You know, I got the judge's probate. They gave me my name back, so I have title and control with my bill of lading. My birth certificate's in upper lower too. So everything had been transferred over from the all caps to the proper name. So I already have the evidence of that on my certificates and issues. And I can also go back now with Fidelity to think about it, because Midwest told me to go back already too. But I'm telling you, everything I'm saying right now, Midwest already told me. Go back with my paperwork.
So why haven't you gone back and done it and tried it?
I've been there ain't no excuse. There ain't no excuse. I'm the only excuse. I put everything else in. I put everything else before. There ain't no excuse, bro. I got so much. I've just been doing so much shit, trying to prioritize my own stuff, and really, that's the real shit that matters. That's why Midwest be on my line all the time, telling me. And the paperwork right now, I got to send to the deed of records. I can show you my non-UCC filing with my exemplified decree, my certificate, everything for me to pop on the land, where we already gave the information that I helped somebody do, already did it before me. I got everything done. I just haven't recorded it. And he got his shit recorded, and they can't even find him in the system. And I still haven't sent it out.
Because the way I look at it,
I don't have no excuse. And really with that paperwork, every time I go to the deed of records in my county, they all use me. That's why I'm neglecting that in a way. Like, send this motherfucker this to get back. I just need to send it and stop playing. But they always trying to put my shit on record. I don't know why. In Sacramento, I even drove to outer cities. They even told me, I drove to Stockton. Look, Midwest on the phone, nigga. I got my certificate, upper lower, everything. I'm trying to submit this shit on record with my decree and stuff. So I'm happy I didn't, because I needed the UCC not filing to think about it. Maybe that's why they refused me. But they basically, she literally told me, I'm refusing your private right of registration, bruh. And this was in Stockton, bruh. And I was hot. I was like, bruh, I was hot. Because through the procedure of the name change, was to get your bill of lading on the record. Because come to find out that a lot of these companies are going to the county to see if they can find you, and if they don't find you, they take possession of your certificate, and they credit, and then now they're charging you. You know what I'm saying? But if you record everything properly on the record, they're supposed to find you, and you're supposed to get in return of credits. And I have, like I said, everything, the process that I'm saying right here, but I also got a picture of somebody actually got a bill of the evidence that what I'm saying is actually true of the procedure that I've done. That not that I haven't done, because I haven't said it on the record, but I put it all together. Like, I got all my shit together. I just haven't put it on the record. But I got a picture right now that shows that bill came in return of credits and says you do not owe, but you got credit. It's gonna be credited from that certificate because now it shows you the beneficiary. And a lot of people don't know when you're recording your house or any deed, all that shit is fake at the recorder's office. If it does not have your birth certificate attached, because your birth certificate is the original deed. That was the original bill of lading or warehouse receipt that was supposed to be attached to everything that you do. Because that's what pays. That's what gets the set off and discharge. And that's why we created the master bond with our secure transaction process at the Treasury. You know what I'm saying? Because that bond what funded our bond, and that bond what we're going to record on the county is supposed to fund all everybody that's coming after us. Because now we basically took control of the trust, and we have to pay land coordinates, longitude and latitude. We going to do coordination on the paperwork, but using addresses. But those addresses are fictitious. You got to use the coordinates, like in the movies or airplanes. They be like, longitude, point. That's the direct location of where you're at. That's the direct location. You're not lost. So they can actually pinpoint where you're at on the land. You're actually attached to the land. You know what I'm saying? But when we use these numbers and these fictitious numbers on our registrations, that's the seed. All this shit's registered in DC. You know what I'm saying? All this is their shit. They created this shit, but they never created numbers. Longitude and latitude is what it is. That's the allodial title. That's kind of going to the allodial title. And that's another thing. And that's another thing. That's what I'm saying. We was gonna go, but with the trust. But now, since you said the 9-8, now that we can try to acquire that 9-8 number, you know what I'm saying, and get that to the trust, and now we can go out and try to actually secure the transactions to our UCC1 and actually operate through the trust. So they're not even looking at us as in the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. I personally know about 10 people who done got their 9-8 numbers, including myself, within the past 2 weeks.
Okay, that's perfect.
2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
Oh, that means we should be able to get ours then.
Right,
yeah,
ASAP.
no pressure.
Yeah.
Y'all know how to do it. Y'all know the process to do it. I won't put all that out there, but
it's good.
Y'all know the process to do it. But yeah, I got mine. I was actually gonna grab me like 2 more. I just haven't quite figured out what I'm gonna what type of trust structure I'm gonna do with them. But
see,
so y'all kings don't y'all basically don't really. Y'all to the level where y'all don't have to pay. Well, y'all get y'all monthly bills taken care of based on the level that y'all at.
Certain agencies. All right, certain agencies. Some people like certain agencies. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, certain agencies. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Like a lot of my debt is not even in my name. It's in my corporation name that I created a few years back. You know what I'm saying? So until I switch everything over into my physical proper name, then I will have that debt coming in. But when I switch that over, all that disappears. It goes away.
Hey, you telling about your free car you had? Well, not your free car. You put the down payment, but you telling on that car that the down payment you had around Christmas?
Oh yeah. Oh.
He had it.
Do you still have it? Do you still have it?
In his front yard on everything. So tell the king, bro. On everything. Got all off the name though, for real.
Yeah. I understand you went ahead and snatched it in the public and then more or less discharged it, then put it in the private, basically.
He didn't even discharge it. He just basically put his private name to the people and told them that it's no longer him and they couldn't do business. They called him and said, Merry Christmas. You don't have to do no more payments. Take it as a gift.
Yeah, he on here right now. Shipper on here.
What?
They call him enjoy his gift.
Yeah, here I am.
Tell the shit.
Right.
Tell about the whip.
Yeah, when they tried to send me, they refused to send me an invoice because I was going to take care of it. I was going to take care of it privately after the name change, because I got the name change after I purchased the vehicle. And then so when I came in and I said, you need to correct my name on that account, he refused to do it. And I said, well, send me an invoice. And they wouldn't send me an invoice. And then they said, well, they wanted me to just come in and pay, just come in and pay cash or something. or I don't know. And I said, I can't pay on that name. It's a fictitious name. I said, fix it. And they just refused to fix it. And then you just said, forget it. They just forget it.
So that's one experience. Now that's one experience. Now check the other one out. What he had another one where he lost the car, but the top executive of the corporation came in and came to a whole other state to try to get it because he changed the name.
Exactly.
But you see, he stood his ground on the other one, and this one he was like, okay, you can come get it. See, he contracted back with him, so they tried to put a lot of pressure on another one. And they had to bring somebody that was capable to talk to him. Like if he was to stand his ground to a certain point, they would have been trying to go back and forth with shit because now they got the top. That's one of the top people that represent the corporation. They come out of respect, like, please, sir, can you just give me the car back? Because somebody had their job on the line. If he would have stand his ground, somebody was going to come up off that thing.
Yeah, because he signed without recourse.
Yeah,
they had gave him the car at the dealership. They told him that everything had went through, but when the bank got the papers and seen that he signed without recourse, that he wasn't liable for any debt or anything in the transaction, the bank denied the loan that they told him in the beginning that was accepted.
Yeah, because the loan was already taken care of by signing without recourse.
He wasn't liable.
I was less familiar.
Was liable. Hey, Claire.
Yeah, I was less familiar with the processes than I am right now, and because I was going through some personal things, I just didn't want to take that on.
No, you had to learn.
So I said, "Come and take your vehicle."
Mm-hmm. But that's what I'm saying. But yeah. No, I was saying that's just a learning process, but I'm just saying for those stories out there that this shit is capable of done because he done it in the public and then he took possession of it in the private. You know what I'm saying? So like how you were saying, like you could get this shit done in the public, but you have certain shit in order to where they can't do nothing. So you punk their ass. And then on top of that, we learned about when you go purchase a car, you ask for the CMO.
Put this on the charger.
The manufacturer certificate
of origin, the manufacturer certificate of origin.
Yeah, you have to ask for that. You got to ask for that because the people ain't gonna have that by law. They have to. If you own the car, by law you have supposed to have the certificate of manufacturer of origin, and that's the because just because they're on the car lot, the manufacturer are just actually paying to hold their cars on those lots, and the people are trying to sell them out quick. You know what I'm saying? To get them done. But as soon as they get the certificate of origin, the DMV, once you don't get it, the DMV blows it up. It shreds that thing. Never seen again.
And you get a certificate of title.
I did that. I asked for the MCSO in 1996 for my Dodge Dakota Sport. But the reason why I did it was because I was in the military at the time, and I was in the Non-Commissioned Officers Association. And whenever you buy a vehicle through the NCOA, you ask for that. But I just forgot because it had been so long, and they sell it to members of the NCOA at cost. They sell it to you for just a couple of $100 above cost. But I didn't do anything else with it. But it was just a good savings. But that was exactly it. It was the manufacturer's cost, not the retail.
Yeah, right.
See, but
so they sold it to me at cost. But I didn't get
signing without recourse on a mortgage at closing work the same way.
Yeah, you can. Yes, you can. But I don't know if they do it, they might try to fight you and be like, oh, we can't accept it. You have to sign it without it. They could possibly that might happen because that happened to me before with a car dealer shit. Oh, you can't sign it. I'm not doing business with you if you sign it. I'm like, what you mean?
You got real defensive, huh, Shaq?
Yeah, they say somebody came in here and did that before, and the banks rejected it and had a big problem. I'm not messing with you, man. I refuse service if you sign like that. Hey, what?
Hey, that's probably my fault. I probably blew that up.
Yeah, because
No, that was like
you making them
like 2
you
years
making
ago.
them liable for the debt. You making the
Yeah.
car lot liable for the debt because
Mhm.
you signed without
But we
recourse.
could take, yeah. But that's something that can be taken care of after the fact, though, too. If they don't want to deal with it right then and there.
Well, yeah, but some companies can be lazy and just like run your credit, and they don't do the full loan. Sometimes they already know what you're approved of, so when they already do it, by the time they send the application over, you can already did an okie doke. By the time you hit the actual bank, like for your instance, they pretty much did did everything, approved it, and by the time it actually got to the bank where they saw that signature, it was a wrap.
Right.
Because literally they couldn't take you to court because in court the evidence they would have shown was without recourse. The CPA book or the broker book I read, the one that you had bought shipper and sent it to me, that shit said, I'm sitting there, it says without recourse, it's showing me examples like sign without. I'm like, okay, we was on to something. We already had the
any of y'all have to go to court before?
I have multiple times at the beginning of my life, or not my life, at the beginning of this procedure.
dealing with stuff like with these processes, or defending it, or having to stand on your square with these processes, or even taking them to court.
Well,
we haven't taken nobody to court far as this process. Yeah, somebody been to court and had to stand on a square with the process. He's in here right now, Shot.
Hell yeah. And I was a fool. I was smart, but not smart enough. I didn't know what I fully had in my hands. You know what I mean? It's like for instance, I went to go pick my secure packet on a thing. They already knew. Like I didn't know certain things like jurisdiction. I didn't really know the legal law and all this shit, like procedures and stuff. So I was doing things out of dishonor. You know what I'm saying? Because they gave me a lot of charges. I even had 2 judges on the same panel. You ever saw 2 judges come out? I had 2 judges sitting at the thing at the same bruh. I had one come out of retirement, and I was doing all this shit. I was using my square, doing everything. But now it would be a whole different story. I won't be in dishonor. I don't know how to use it properly. I know how to conduct myself. I know it's a whole different game with me now. I'm really a king now. I was a baby. I was a baby frog. I was a prince. I wasn't even a prince. I had whatever shit. Nigga, I was big, but not big. I was big within the smallest big.
Yeah,
you get me? Because I was in that motherfucker. I was thinking. I'm thinking all this Constitution shit. I'm thinking all this, but this shit got to do with taxes, motherfucking bond, a whole nother jurisdiction. And, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You just challenge. Well, I mean, there's multiple ways to my understanding.
Yeah, I challenged the jurisdiction.
Challenge subject matter, jurisdiction.
I did that too.
Put their oath of office on record, to my understanding. Or are y'all familiar with bonds, like performance bonds and
yeah, and you can write a performance. That's what I'm saying. We could write bonds, performance bonds, and stuff off our master bond at the Treasury as well, and even bid bonds. But even we could or even on my birth certificate. So now, so I'm saying I came across other procedures. I came across other procedures now. Like say for instance, if I had a case to fight, say I got caught with some weed. They want to take me to jail for 2 pounds of marijuana. Boom. Now I'm in jail. I'm not saying if I would go to jail now because I'm gonna try to restrict that on certain ways too. But just say for example, I'm in court. Now I was sitting at me. I'm like, okay, I know what I have. Now I got the UCC or I got my name changed. The UCC acts as a bond because you can bond the case. So they're hoping you don't bond the case, or I could put my birth certificate with affidavit of title ownership, and get and move it to equity. Change all the misnomer, which is the all cap name that everybody go in there and argue about that it's not them. I could use my court order and documentation to change the name to the misnomer to my proper name, move me in equity where no lawyers are there now. And now I'm not there to fight. I'm just there to accept all the charges and set off and discharge with the bond that I already put on the record and sent the judge private what I was already conducting and doing and sent the copy to the DA where I don't have to go in there and argue. It's already said, put one on the record. Now the DA, you're going to come out with your bond. You know what I'm saying? He's going to go to jail. He took my place now. You know what I'm saying? Because I bonded the case. So the judge has to follow me and I know what to say and conduct myself as a king and stay in honor, than going belligerent, scream, oh no, you know what I'm saying? I look back at myself as a child, looking back now. Not saying what I was doing was right back then, but it wasn't right in that jurisdiction and time. It would be right now in the movement that we're going now, since we're going back to constitutional courts and common law courts. Yeah, but I was acting if it was already if it was already that. You know what I'm saying? Like if it didn't have that war flag in the back, amatory law. And I was acting.
That's why I went and put my injunctions in. That's one of the first things that I went and looked up and I was telling the King Midwest earlier in the conversation. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't the first one I heard to say that. You ain't the first one I heard to say that. There's a couple people that what was the name? Even Clarence last time Midwest was talking about the injunctions. Remember, he actually sent me an injunction.
Yeah, so I sent that out.
Did you put that on the county? Did you ever send an injunction to like the sheriffs or like LexisNexis?
I sent it to no, I didn't send it to LexisNexis. I sent it to 7 people. I sent it to the chief of police. I sent it to the head sheriff in the county. I sent it to the comptroller of currency. I sent it to the governor. I sent it to the mayor. I sent it to the head Supreme Court justice, and I sent it to the Attorney General, and one more person. I can't think off my head. But
cool.
I sent it to 7 individuals, and I got receipt from yesterday. Or was it today? Yesterday they sent me receipt from the deputy clerk, I think it is, or the office. Hold on, I got the paper right here. Hold on, let me go get it. They basically said they received my letter. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I can send you some paper. I can send you a little stuff that I have to show you about like the federal trademark.
This is a response to the letter to the police department that I sent, which is to the chief of police. It says, "Dear Mr. So-and-so, the undersigned counsel for the city of where I stay at hereby acknowledges receipt of a copy of your letter to the police department. If additional information is needed, please advise." And that is the city attorney. And they CC'd the deputy city manager, the police chief, the risk management administrator, and the risk management systems and services director.
Risk management. That's interesting.
Yeah, because that's who you go to if you have a problem with the officers. You put your complaint into the risk man. To my understanding thus far, you put your complaint to the risk management department and the insurance commissioner. But see, my injunction, I attach a vaccination form with it, as well as a fee schedule form attached with it as well. So I have fees for attached to, if you arrest me, if you detain me, if you harm my person, I have security over this property. You feel what I'm saying? This you know what I'm saying? I'm a secure party interest in that all caps situation. You feel what I'm saying? So if you harm my person, all that is fees associated with that, and I'm putting everybody on notice if that happened. I actually got a call from the and I didn't put my phone number on the document, and they called my cell phone, the police office, and they was like, have I had an incident with an encounter with the officer? And I was like, no. They was like, well, what's the purpose of this letter? And I was like, I believe to put you on notice. And they were like, you sure you haven't had an encounter? And I was like, no. They was like, all right, that's all I needed to know. A week later, I just got that letter. So now it's in a system, you know, and I think it has something to do with everything that's going on now with the defunding and everything now. But to my understanding, I'm supposed to be on a do not search, do not detain list. You know what I'm saying? I could go ahead and send the invoice if I have an issue to the risk management department of, you know what I'm saying, and insurance commissioner. Exactly. Now we're talking about leaning badges and different things of that nature.
You're leaning their bond because they all have public bonds, so you can lean their bond and then take their shit.
Yeah. So you know, I've been in the dojo a little bit, Kings. You know what I'm saying?
We all there already. Oh man, we all there. Even the people that ain't there, they just don't know it. We all there.
Yeah, you know, I did that for protection, you know, and stuff.
Yeah.
But my real focus is not even so much the cars or whatever. Like I said, I got the credit thing under wraps. That ain't no pressure. But now my real goal is the cribs, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, where's the people who got multiple cribs? Like, if you could go and grab you a $300,000 crib, turn around and sell it for $100,000, no pressure. You know what I'm saying? Or put
Yeah.
your peoples in homes and be able to secure it or rent out more property. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where
Right.
it's at. So that's what
See, and it's
I'm kind of
and
looking
it's
for the individuals who
and it's another thing right now. Like, say for instance, you say you got the credit down, so you getting yourself and others people's credit together to where they could go in the public, but we're private individuals, but using that utility to go ahead and turn and flip that. Or we actually got to have people that we connected with that's already at least a 5G. I mean, a 5 series or to a 7 series broker that's really fuck with it for the people, and they could build that bridge for us in between. Because if we had a private broker right now, bro, it wouldn't be nothing. Our bond, it wouldn't be no problem. Because they're like the matrix. Like, they go in there they got all the computers, they got all the systems. You know what I'm saying? To actually do what we need. But we could do that too. But we just can't. We could do that too. But imagine we had somebody that actually could show you the freaking computer screen, actually comes to your house, a private broker, and y'all actually sitting there, okay, what you need a house, I'm gonna go take care of that. Right, this is all I need is your signature. You gonna go take that and do that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when it really get rid of, when you get those private brokers that's come, and it's hard to find that being biased. It's kind of biased because how we are, how we look, and how they look at us coming out as debtors. You know what I mean? And they don't want us to live in more bigger houses than them. It can be done, but that's why I want to do it through the public way. Until I get my American state passport, that green card, to show them that you're the people and all credit come from you and match your paperwork. You know what I'm saying? Because I got this paperwork on both sides, but I don't have that upper lower certificate. I mean, the upper lower identification. I mean, I have the world passport, but that's a private situation. But I want somebody that's governmental that will recognize it. Like, if I go through the original Congress or for the people.
Here's my thing, and I know it takes years and decades and even sometimes generations to break through the layers of understanding this, and then things change or get recodified. I understand that, but I'm like, you know, of course they're not smarter than us. They just know something we don't know. But I'm like, with all the physicists and the much intelligence and melanin we got through all this, nobody ain't figured this out. Nobody ain't busting these plays. Like, nobody ain't. And I know they wouldn't be readily accessible in the public like that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nobody, maybe not even teaching it. Like you said, the 7 series broker. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I could get to any. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter where they're at in the world. Spin the globe, my finger point there. I could book a ticket to leave tomorrow. Thank God I'm in that position. And I'll pay whatever. You feel me? Because with this, it's like you create generational wealth with the stroke of a pen.
You're absolutely right. And then,
So
like
I'm looking for the individuals who actually got the, you know what I'm saying, got the proof, and you know what I'm saying, whatever. What's the tab? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Oh, my bad.
Those individuals, I think, are going to be very hard to find because they have to vet everyone they talk to.
What's up, Emil? What's going on? Hit that thumbs up, family. We got a full panel tonight, y'all. We got a live panel tonight. Yes, Lord.
They're gonna vet everyone they talk to.
Like smoking. Not wrong.
What's up, B?
Yeah. We gotta.
We can't hear you, Shipper.
The people that have figured stuff out, they're gonna have a hard time sharing and teaching because they have to vet everyone they talk to. They're not gonna be just readily just out there putting themselves out there to just just crank out information. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, there's some people who are kind enough to do that, I think, but I just have a feeling that for the probably if somebody figures something out really, really good, they're going to protect themselves, they're going to protect their information, they're going to protect their network, and just kind of proceed cautiously.
Or you don't know if they sign non-disclosures. That's another thing. We never know if they, you never know who's at the other side of the end. Like, yeah, you can do all this, but sign this paperwork,
Right.
and just don't go public with it.
Exactly.
Now that makes
And
sense.
then,
That makes sense.
yeah,
They don't want no more. They don't want no more. That's why it's like its own journey, and that's why it's just all about who we like. The ones that do that, they probably be coming in as groups with their own people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, all these little, between this time and this time, you got 10 people come. They know that 10 people all know each other. You know what I'm saying? They know all them people that came through the same time, damn near linked to each other.
Right.
Just based on that whole loop. You know what I'm saying? Just like if we was to get through tomorrow, they know this little group that's coming because we all linked. They know they know everything.
Yeah, because I know
they know we gonna be coming. They know we coming.
They know we coming, right? Well,
They know we coming, man.
Because we're already in the position to do that. Our paperwork already, you know what I'm saying? But the people that's, the top people that was stealing, you know what I'm saying? They getting out of office. So, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be way easier now. It's going to be way more easier.
It's a matter of time before a lot of people ain't even going to have paperwork, you know what I'm saying, in place. Straight up.
For real. They only going to need to do the paperwork if they want to. It's not even going to be necessary. It's going to be, bro, it's going to be no more slaves in the next 5-6 years.
I agree.
Why you say that?
The way everything, the transit moving, the system is breaking. Everything's already, all the property is going to be returned to all of us. All those who have souls, all those who have rightful property, even those who don't have their paperwork, they're just last in line. They're just going to be the last ones to get their shit. Everything's coming back to the, we're going back to the republic. Everything of the people is coming back to the people.
That's why the borders had to be secured.
Secure. That's why the red dust, I just doing some research. I got to do more research, but I came across that red dust they talking about that came from Africa, and they just did a little thing another day, like one day ago. It's supposed to be like in South Puerto Rico, but that red dust is actually supposed to be representing the blood, and it's coming from the planet Nabru. The chemicals of the dust is in our atmosphere, so they trying to say that red dust is Nabru, even is in our atmosphere coming. It's really getting real.
Oh wow!
Real shit.
That red dust that's coming, and the red dust represents the blood that's going back to the land, and they better get that. That's why all these Trump is taking out all these foreigners and all these treasoners and pirates that been on our shit. You know what I'm saying? He was sent for this nigga a fortune teller, and then I just found out through Chris, he mentioned about 4D chess, 5D chess, dimensional chess. So I was just looking on YouTube, and they even go deeper. I saw the video that the CNN, when Trump was running in 2016, they was talking about Trump is playing 3D chess. Trump is playing 37 dimensional chess. Like, this nigga's going beyond. He's playing. This nigga is busting moves dimensional.
Interdimensional moves.
Yes, he's doing multi-dimensional moves. That's why it's playing out like how it's playing, bro. I'll send you the video, shipper to it. With the video is explaining. I'm talking about real footage from the CNN, like the news talking about. The anchors are saying he's playing dimensional chess, 37 dimensional, 47 dimensional, 23 dimensional, 3D dimensional. He's going crazy. But they know, because they know what's going on. They know what's going on because they in between them time zones. These ain't human beings we fucking with. But excuse me, we are fucking with human beings. These ain't man and woman we fucking with. We fucking with human beings, real monsters around this motherfucker. Black's definition of human being. We mess with real monsters.
Yes, Lord.
Human man and woman don't do this to each other. You don't see melanin motherfuckers from the beginning won't Come on, brain motherfuckers got that capacity to come and kill and hate and take. They ain't us.
Yeah, the weapons
That,
they have are completely off the charts.
ain't us.
People wouldn't do that to
But
the weapons they have.
now, I mean, now you can say that we've been oppressed so much that our generations and people in our bloodlines had carried the mindset or frequencies of the oppressors. But originally, that ain't us. That ain't us right there.
Yeah.
You know, they oppressed them so much in low vibrate so they could take over their vessel. You know what I'm saying? And act for them and make it seem like that shit get deep. This ain't how our people act.
Yeah.
That's why the melanin always have that heart. Motherfucker always got that heart. Got to run a motherfucker in. Always got that too sweet. Oh, I feed you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Oh, homie don't got no. Oh, your friend don't got nowhere to stay. You know, your mom's always bring him in. Sometimes you know got that love.
No
The white
problem.
Tell your friend to go home. Tell you no. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I can't. Sometimes you know what I mean. It depends.
Altogether different.
Yeah, it's different lives. It's just different cells, different DNA. You
Yes,
know,
Lord. Yes.
you got melanin people got big families. You know what I mean? The less melanin, the less family you have. Shit.
Yeah. Man, I'm so sad. I wanted 5, 10, 15 kids, man.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, shit. When I go to these other planets, these other dimensionals, nigga, that shit gonna be crazy. You gonna end up having kids all over the universe if you don't already have none for past lives in that motherfucker.
That's all right. That's okay.
It's in the bowl. For real. Because at that point, when you come back to your collective conscious, at that point, you're gonna be tuned into everybody, all your creation.
That's all right.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That shit we just took a whole nother turn, but yeah, that shit go crazy.
Yeah,
Yes, Lord.
I don't really know so much.
Yeah. I know. I
To be honest with you.
That shit. I'm saying that shit really good. That shit really getting deep to what's actually gonna happen right now. Like even if the credit system, all that shit gonna change. Because we're only gonna be on the credit. It ain't gonna be a credit debt system. It's only gonna be credit system. That's why all property, we're all gonna be registered. Hold on real quick. Is there? They was on the phone.
Well, I understand if you work with credit, and I definitely could use could use help with the credit situation and getting financing for my business. That would be phenomenal. If
Oh, that's no problem. I got you on that, King. Just hit me up. DM me on Instagram, Trey Snatch, or my website is thegpsconsulting.com, and the phone number is on there. Thegpsconsulting.com. GPS, like GPS system.
Okay, GTS Consulting.
Yeah,
for sure. You're gonna tap in for sure.
GPSconsulting.com is the website, and they have the phone number there. Yeah, we could definitely, you know what I mean, get you business funding. Like I ask all my clients, you want to go the slow way or you want to go the fast way? It's up to you.
Fast. I want to go the fast way. I've been working on this for a couple of years now, so I'd rather go the fast way by now.
Oh yeah, the fast way is using your personal credit as a personal guarantor. The slow way is building up your Dun and Bradstreet number. So it's up to you. So if you want to go the fast way, is use your personal credit as a personal guarantor, and so that would have to build up your profile. Build up your credit profile. Remove negative inquiries and things of that nature, and build it up with primary authorized users, and then go ahead and go through the process like that. But yeah, I can walk you through that whole process fairly quickly.
Phenomenal. I could definitely use that.
Yeah, that like I say, that part I got y'all kids on that, man. That's no problem. Personal, business, credit, It's all good. I got that part. Right now I'm just, I'm running my business, but I'm also studying this private law, and I homeschool my daughter, so I be having my plate full.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
Good Lord.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I do. But I'm learning this private law, and I'm like, okay, I've been speaking to some bankers, and like, okay, it makes sense. It's just a couple of pieces that's missing, and the pieces, in my opinion, are very pivotal because it can make a big difference between getting in trouble and what I'm saying, doing it properly. So
Right.
yeah, that's what I'm, trying to figure out and research and study. But I know some way, somehow it's possible. You know what I'm saying?
When you say
Because
proper,
there's other
when you,
nationalities that do it. You know what I mean? I won't,
Right.
put it all out there, but it's other nationalities, not ethnicities, but nationalities who do that. And I'm not even talking about from an aspect of, building their own part of the city and stuff, which is a part of it, but it's all like that. Like how they able to, purchase, commercial real estate and develop, what I'm saying, these big industries without being
Right.
able to draft these type of negotiable instruments for the funds. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yep. Yep.
And
There's
discharge it
something else
off. So
going
it's
on. There's
possible.
something happening. And they probably don't even know like everything. They're just probably just, it's just available to them.
Yeah, it's a part of the culture. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Exactly.
part of the culture. Now they may probably not know how to draft and all that. That's the banker section, but
Right.
whatever it is that they may want to do, okay, you want to be, you want to do this. All right, we're gonna create that funding. And like I say, I know how to get the funding for industry and stuff like that. That's
Uh-huh.
cool. And now I'm learning about the discharge process, and that's wonderful as well too. But it's a whole nother thing when you're able to, you know what I'm saying, create it in the context of, drafting a negotiable instrument and then going ahead and create assets because, you know, like, like with Fidelity, let's just say, for instance, with Fidelity, it's like, okay, well, why shouldn't I be able to draft a negotiable instrument and put $500,000 into Amazon and Tesla through my negotiable instrument and let that just create, you know what I'm saying, eat off the dividend yields off of that for the next generation. My daughter
Absolutely.
already has a custodial account, so she's 5 and she already has shares in stock or whatever. But I want to be able to draft a negotiable instrument and put $500,000, $1 million in there for her. And now she good. By the time she turned 18, the drip done, you know what I'm saying, set her straight. She could just live off the dividends off that. Not to
Right.
mention different trading and stuff like that through the negotiable instruments. Like, so that's what I'm
Absolutely.
looking at, creating
Absolutely.
generational wealth through a stroke of a pen. That's why I'm learning, and I'm learning about and asset protection as well too. So, inevitably it'll, create a trust account with that brokerage firm that's foreign, and you know, it don't fall under the jurisdiction to, what I'm saying, deal with the, Inquisition Revenue Service. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so that's the plan. So, that's where I'm kind of looking at and focusing my attention to because I know it can be done. I'm just like, we got all of this, intelligence within our community. Like nobody ain't figured it out. Somebody had to figure this out before. Like it's somebody who's on the ends with it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you're far. I mean, because you're talking. I think that you're talking to the right people. You're talking to a phenomenal network. It's something that is being done. That's what you're looking for is not far away. That's
Okay.
not far at all. That's like you're there.
Okay. I appreciate that. I appreciate that because it's uh it's difficult to find people that you could talk to about this stuff because your average person gonna look at you like you're crazy.
Right. But you know what though?
Agree.
Yeah, that's just I think that's just how they are because if you talk to them about something that they think that they're not familiar with, then they just want to have an emotional reaction to it. They don't want to look it up. They don't want to talk about it. They just want to have an emotional reaction to it and like, just dismiss it in their mind. So they don't have to think.
Mm. Yeah, this takes a lot of research, a lot of thinking, and you know what I mean? Like I gotta be in the mind frame for it. Sometimes I take days off just because it be so deep. You know what I mean? I be getting into the
Right.
videos and getting into the research and you know what I mean? From your Patrick Devines to your,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying, to your
It's
Chain to the
intense.
Skies and your
It's
Moors
intense.
and your Indigenous and your UCCs and your IRS forms, your postal money orders and your stamps, your $1 stamps and 1099 and A's and 1090. You know what I'm saying? It's just so much power of attorney, hold harmless, UCC3. You know, it's
Right.
just so much. You know what I'm saying? I be
Yep.
having to just decompress my mind.
Oh,
I ain't
for
a person
sure.
who really watch leisure stuff, but I done found myself taking time to watch Netflix or something just so I could decompress my mind sometimes, you know?
It's true. It's true. This is intense stuff because, like in the schools, they teach us in a way that basically tells you, hey, you're not really supposed to understand anything. Just when the bell rings, just stand up and go to the next, and then just, don't really engage. But this stuff engages your entire brain, and you learn one piece of information, and then you start thinking about your entire genealogy, and it's like
Facts.
what you can do for your family 100 years from now. This is engaging your brain at another level, and it can be exhausting.
Definitely. Definitely. Definitely, man. It's just, yeah, it's just a lot. It's just a lot. Then once you do get it right, you got to turn around and do it all over again for your family. You doing it for yourself to make sure it's straight. Then once
Yeah,
it
Right.
is straight, you got to turn around and do it 3, 4, 5 more times. You know what I mean?
When you,
right.
yeah, when you trying to get them to do it with you out the gate, but they want to see you do it first.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, because people want to see the result. Like Nip
Yep.
say, where your big body bands at? Where your Cuban link at? Where your big booty bitches at? It's straight up and
That's
Right.
down. They want to
exactly
see
what
the
they want to
result.
know. They don't want to know nothing else.
They want to see the results. And
Yep.
Yeah.
and
It's
I
all hit
can't
that thumbs
I
up,
can't
people. Hit
fault
that
them. I
thumbs
can't
up.
fault them either.
No, not
Right.
at all.
That's why I don't ever. That's why I don't. When somebody say something, even if they're trying to discredit me or anything, like a troll come through, whatever. Like one was just in here, got his ass up out of here real fast though. I ain't just straight up. You know, that's why man, I learned to listen, bro, because I don't know everything. I know that I got a mentor that helps me, that guides me, down the right path. But I still go out on my own journey and learn things myself as well. To put this together. And like
I'm gonna
Shipper
tell you
said,
why I
like,
rock with you,
hey,
Midwest. What I don't want to say attracted me to you, but no homo. But what you know what I'm saying connected me to you
right,
is because out of everybody that I seen for the most part talking about this stuff, your crib look legit. I don't know if that's a wallpaper background you got or your actual crib. I believe it's your crib. You feel what I'm saying? Like
right,
it looked legit. I'm like, okay, he got a fly crib. You feel what I'm saying? Okay, he got something to show. Like everybody's like on the stairwell or in the back case or something. You know what I'm saying? Like or
right.
at their job or something talking about it. Like, bro, I don't want to hear all that. You feel me? I want to, you know what I'm saying? I'm the same way. Now, like I said, if it's a backdrop, you know what I'm saying? You got me. You got me. You done caught me.
He
But
said you
I'm
called
like,
me.
you got me. You feel me? But that's what
Ah,
you feel me. You the person
right.
that I done seen that like, okay, he got a piano back there. Okay, he got something to show for.
He said he
All
got
right,
something.
cool.
Ah.
Dog, because that's what I wanted. Dog, I ain't gonna lie. The type of person I am at this point, I don't really want to hear it. I want to see it. Dog, show me something.
Right.
Then I'm cool. You feel me? Because rather than that, like,
Yeah.
what's the point of going through all this rabbit hole, years of researching if you ain't got nothing to show for it? And the people you learning
Right.
from ain't got nothing to show for it either. You wasting my time, man. I got kids to feed. I got a daughter to feed, bro. I ain't got time for all that.
Exactly. Yeah, and I got kids as well. You know, I have to, man. That's why I'm in it like this. You know, and I got to make sure I get it done, just like you said, because once I get it done and get it mastered, I got to do it for them.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
got to go right back and do it all over for them.
All
So
about
so the bill scenario work, the car scenario work, the crib scenario do work, but it ain't really nobody that steps up that we can say that we know personally that done did it, got it, and kept it, basically, as of right now. Is that fair to say?
I didn't hear the last part.
About the cribs? I say, okay, the bill stuff is a go, the car stuff is a go, but we don't really know anybody who's done the crib, actually done it, and been able to keep it the whole time. Is that fair to say at this point?
Fair
So
to
that's what I
say,
kind of
I
done
know
ran across.
somebody. Fair to say is I know somebody that had a mortgage on a house that they paid for, that they was buying, and once they did their name change and got their decree, and they went and updated the records and the file at the bank in downtown at the county recorder, that they no longer had a mortgage and they no longer had to pay taxes, and they left with the Lodio title.
See, I was taught a different process that I've been going through with it. See, I didn't go that route because I wasn't really planning on changing my name. But what I have done in the process
When I
is
say
that
change your name, it's mean correcting your name, not you're not adding anything to it or nothing like that.
we're just changing it from all caps to uppercase, lowercase.
Yeah, your proper name. Yeah.
Okay. What I did was accord and satisfaction.
Mm-hmm.
UCC 3-311, dealing with the negotiable instrument with conspicuous writing. And I also
Right.
sent them a postal money order, which is still backed by gold, because they owned by
Yeah.
Switzerland and all. So,
Mm-hmm.
boom, I did that. So, I didn't sent that, and they accepted it, and what I'm saying, took it out, but they didn't, balance it out to zero. So now I'm in the administrative process, sending information and affidavits and proof of this to the CEOs and the higher ups of the mortgage company, as well as I just did a UCC 11 search in their state, and there's no liens on the name, or that have the company name in there, showing that they don't have a lien on me or the property. So, and I also did an affidavit of ownership in a newspaper for a month. And once I get that, I'm gonna get 3 affidavits of publication from their notary and get that
Mm-hmm.
authenticated through the Secretary of State, and then put the Attorney General of that state, which is Texas, on notice, as well as sending all that information to the credit bureaus to
Right.
get it removed. And then I'm gonna do with the warranty deed in the county. I turned it into a check, and I'm gonna do the stamp process, because to my understanding they charge you a stamp tax, because it's like some type of stamp tax to settle it or whatever, and that deals with the
Mm-hmm.
postal money order stamp. So I'm gonna do the whole $1, 1 cent, 3 cent stamps on the document, as well as the thumbprint, and sign it and cancel that actual document in the county to get it removed from the tax registry. That was
Right.
basically going to be my plan of action to completely discharge the mortgage. And I also sent off for a certified copy of the land patent, because I looked that up with the Bureau of Land Management, and it came from 1826, signed by John Adams. So I'm going to get a certified copy of that and do a land declaration to to get the allodial title from the land patent, remove my piece of property from the land patent because it's like 80 acres.
Right.
Nice. Very nice.
You see, I've been studying, huh, fellas?
Yeah, it's all
Absolutely.
good.
That's excellent. Because I mean, it's that's good. That's what I like about this group right here is just the is execution. Because this is a group of people who do things. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
everybody's gone, done a lot of things, and there's just a lot of information. Midwest Network is phenomenal. I really haven't had a need to step out of the network really to do anything or learn anything. The network is phenomenal, and everybody is a doer. These aren't just people. These people aren't just book smart. Don't get me wrong. Shock is book smart. Midwest book smart. Chris book smart. I mean, they're these guys study like you wouldn't believe, all kinds of stuff too. But it's not just that though, because they'll sit here and philosophize for forever. But that's not really that doesn't. I mean, they get out there and they get stuff done. They do stuff, and and I hear that in your voice too, that you've been out there busy. You've been doing things, and so that just makes it 10 times better when because it's difficult to know everything. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
but even though I am competent to handle my own affairs, I'll defer to an expert in an instant,
Yeah.
somebody who has more experience than me in a certain area. I don't have a problem with that because it makes sense. Why would I tell myself to be a master at what do they say, a jack of all trades but master of
And the
none?
master of none. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not into that. So it's awesome, man. That's good. I hear that studious mind in you as well. This is you're in good
You know,
company.
yeah, he's determined. Yeah, he's determined.
Yep.
It's all good.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. When I get off the phone, I'm gonna tell you. I know, just put it to the side. Yeah, man, because what I did was I house hacked. So I bought a duplex and I live in one side and I rent out the other. So I'm only paying $100 a month mortgage anyway. So it technically doesn't. Well, I mean, yeah, it does make a difference because once I successfully complete this, um, and y'all keep me in y'all prayers, keep y'all fingers crossed. But I'm definitely determined it'll go from me paying $100 to cash flowing about $600-700 a month. You know what I'm saying? Just to live. So
All right.
then, once I'm able to, get the other property through these processes as well, now I cash flow like $1,500 a month. You know what I mean? So, I'm really determined on doing this, and I also like have the credit and stuff like that because I had a business. So I'm looking at purchasing land and mobile homes and things of that nature. But I'm also studying this private law in order to accelerate the process, because when you're going through it the public commercial way, you're dealing with either the credit bureaus, the credit cards liquidating, or you're dealing with private money lenders, and you're not able to do this process with private money lenders. It's with commercial entities. So it's a lot faster and a lot sturdier from my perspective, from the aspect of now it's discharged, or it's settled off the rip, opposed to what I'm saying. Now you have to go through this whole process like what I'm just explaining with a mortgage, doing it from the public side and then transferring it over to a trust. So I'm like, that's what my mind is focused on, because once that's able to happen, now you technically could, you know what I'm saying, acquire land, if you want to build your community or just put your people in a better position all across the board, from, you know what I'm saying, the purchasing the nice properties to writing the negotiable instruments and having the dividend yields and trading algorithms, you know what I'm saying, living residual, and you're already taking care of
Right.
your bills, you know what I'm saying, through these processes as well. So now you really living like a king and maneuvering and building an empire and at an accelerated pace.
Right.
Right. Well, that's why we all connect. That's why that's why you was linked with us tonight. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
you know,
sir.
Midwest. Not to change the subject, but I needed to. But I'm going. You know, this might be interesting just for conversation. But I'm going back. Uh, one of those routes that I took. You know. A few. Several months ago. Um. You know. As far as the house is concerned, and the talking about the dealings in the Philippines, and
Right.
you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm looking at going back that route, and that is that's a pretty that was a pretty strong approach, and because I'm looking at the same things. I'm looking at the house. I'm looking at just business debt, things like that, and and we had I think that we have a really good situation there, and I haven't dealt with it in a while because I just didn't have the time. I was working on other things, and but now I think I'm ready to go back that way again, and see about some things.
It's all good. It's all good. Yes, Lord. Well, yes, yes. I appreciate everybody for stopping through tonight. We had a full house. We had 6 people on the panel. Big Grooves in the building.
Big Groove.
Chipper is in the building. Yes, Lord. And what you said your name was, my brother?
It's Trey Snatch. Trey Snatch. TRESNATCH.
Trace
Trey
Snap.
Snatch. Yeah, my credit business is the GPS
Trace
Consulting.
Snap.
Trey Snatch. Supreme Natives Against the Causes Hate. Trey Snatch. Snatch your opportunity.
Awesome.
Yes, Lord.
S yeah, SNATCH. Trey Snatch. Yeah, and my company's the GPSconsulting.com for all your credit needs. You feel me? Removal of accounts, you know what I mean? Primary
The
office.
GPS
The
credit.
GPSconsulting.com.
Excellent.
I appreciate you allowing me to,
Yes, Lord.
plug and promote my business on here. But it definitely can help because I've definitely helped a lot of people, you know what I mean, change their situation and put them in a better position through this knowledge and through the services that I provide with the credit, as far as attaining people to their goals, getting them under contracts, getting them funded, whether it's personal or business. So definitely, I could definitely help anybody who's looking to you know, take their credit
It's all
situation
good.
and put themselves in a better position.
Yeah, that's me.
Well, that's what we do, man. Well, we try to help out everybody, and we support everybody that comes through, with their businesses and things like that to that nature. So it's all good on this end, bro.
It's true.
Absolutely.
Nothing but love over here.
It does.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I don't really, I jumped on here because this what you do, and I want to introduce myself private law stuff on public platforms. This is like the first time that I've ever spoke about it on a public platform or a public forum. Uh, you know, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't So I mean, I guess I kind of answered my own question because even once I do figure it out, I'm not gonna promote it either. So
Right.
You see?
I don't blame you.
There you go.
it's just too much,
There
though,
you
man.
go.
It's too much for the average individual. You know what I mean? It's just too much.
It
It's just
is.
too much, and
You got
it's easy to get lost in the sauce in this rabbit hole and lose focus of your actual goal. It's just too much.
yep. And you know what? If you have 1 ounce of quit in you, this will find it. I'm talking
Yeah.
1 ounce. Yep. So, and I think we probably all seen a lot of people just feel like just give up, and not there. But I think everybody here has just been like, more motivated and more motivated every day, regardless.
Mm. Yeah, man. I can see the benefits. I can see the benefits of it for the long haul. The more I research and understand stuff, like
Yeah.
even studying the sheriff and the writ of possession and
Mm.
the writ of execution, and it just reconfirmed what I had been studying, is that you never owned the property in the first place, regardless of what you signed. You know what I'm saying? Because the same processes that, you know what I'm saying, I'm in the middle of doing with the mortgage company, they do on you. They give you the, you know what I'm saying, opportunity to cure, notice the default, then put it in the paper, then go ahead and file it in court to get it signed by a clerk, then take it to the sheriff, and then do a eviction, just like a landlord would do a tenant. So you never owned the property in the first place. So it just reconfirmed what is being, what I had been learning and stuff. So I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna give y'all you feel what I'm saying, a notice, an opportunity to cure, and
Yep.
notice a default, and I'm gonna run it in the paper. I'm the owner. You don't have any lien on it. I just did the search, you know.
Exactly.
And even with that, it's crazy because Florida doesn't do UCC 11 searches. So I had to go to the state where the company is doing business out of to do the search. You know what I mean? So it's just so much, man. You know what I mean? It's just so much stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, you got to ounce of quick because it's a lot of meticulous, tedious work and perseverance. And I'm seeing that they not responding. Like, certain people may not respond because A, it's private, and B, they don't want to acknowledge certain stuff that's going on, and they'll test you. You know what I
Right.
mean? I just don't want to have to go to, you feel me, court. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't wanna go. Hopefully,
That's
prayerfully, knock on wood that I don't have to, but I.
Yeah, I mean that's wise, and you don't have to go to court. You don't have to go to court. You shouldn't really have to. I mean, there's courts of chancery, there's the equity court, there's a lot of things that can be done other than
So
you
what's
know.
I understand the concept of equity court, but is it an actual place, like
Well, it can
in?
be. Okay. Well, I haven't. I shouldn't try to expound too much on what I'm not terribly familiar with. But if anyone knows better, please feel free. But you can. My understanding is that you can basically, you know, uh, uh, I want to say nearly change the venue yourself, and there's lots of ways to bring equity court to a situation. And so it's just it's a phenomenal tool. And from what I've read so far, and I'm in the process of trying to use it now. And I think and so far, it's working well. I don't want to go, I don't want to run off at the mouth too much, but because I've never talked about it before. But yeah, I'm not a fan of going to court either. But I mean, when I have gone, like I've gone recently with I didn't go on a summons. I went on a special appearance because they were trying to summons me, but I wasn't gonna be summoned because you only summon the dead. And so I just made a special appearance, and the judge didn't want to have anything to do with me. Once I started to talk, he just, he was very polite and very good and everything, but he just flat out said he doesn't have jurisdiction, and that was the end of my conversation. And and as far as I was concerned, that particular matter was done for me. But yeah, so it's like, yeah, I mean, there's a lot there. I mean, I think that.
So, dude, when they don't have jurisdiction, do they just say case dismissed and then slam the gavel and you walk out type shit, or do they just say I don't have jurisdiction and then they just sit there to see if you're going to put your foot in your mouth? Well,
because this particular situation was, it was totally civil, and it didn't have any monetary value, but I just said that I'm not in agreement with what's going on. I said I'm not even here for that. I said I'm here to correct my name on the record. And once I said that alerted him to what I was about to do, what I was trying to do. And after that, he basically just wanted to pretend like I wasn't there, because I wasn't even responding to the summons. I was there on a special appearance, and so he was trying to act like I wasn't even there. And I was really after, yeah, I mean, yeah, because I guess we're live still too, so I guess I'm a little hesitant on what all I want to say, but yeah. But it's the same with everyone. Everyone's done things and seen some very, very unusual behavior on their part, because they respond to this stuff like light to a cockroach. Okay, I mean, they react and they start doing some weird stuff, and then you're like, what the hell? When do these people act like this? And it's like, with everything, every little thing has an impact, a very, very strong impact. I mean, it's amazing. It really is. I love going back to the round table and then, telling these guys what I done seen and what happened, and it's exciting. It's like, what in the world? Because it's like, I guess they're just not used to people just not playing along with the fraud and not just playing along with the stupidity. It's
well,
like,
I mean, you have to have a certain level. You have to have a level of knowledge, but even to attain the knowledge and grasp it and be able to apply it, have a certain level of intelligence. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hold on, wait a minute. Did you go to law school? Are you an attorney? Like, hold on, wait a minute. You know what I mean? Like, for me, all I know is, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I want to challenge subject matter jurisdiction. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I want to challenge subject matter jurisdiction. I want to put your oath of office on record, and I want to put the Holy Bible on record. And you know what I'm saying? I'm the agent. You know what I'm saying? I'm the secured party who has an interest in that entity. You know what I'm saying? Here to settle the matter. That's all I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, and from then I'm be quiet. Like, listen, I'm trying to walk out after that. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, I don't know what else. I ain't really saying nothing too much else. I ain't finna stand up, and I ain't finna say your honor. I'm finna say my honor. You feel what I'm saying? And You know what I'm saying? My honor. You know what I mean? And that's about all I know. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm here to settle the matter. You know what I'm saying? Where the paperwork at? I'm finna throw some stamps on that thing, a thumbprint, and you know what I'm saying? A gold signature for royalty, and front, back, side to side. You know what I'm talking about? And that's really all I know. You know what I mean? I don't really know too much more than that. I ain't never been there. Hope to God I never have to go. But that's all I'm saying, you know? And
Well, you
hopefully
know,
I could walk out that bit. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But my thing is, I might have to take some of these entities to court. Now, hopefully they don't show up and I just get a default judgment. But
Mhm.
if they do show up, that's when I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Which route do I, you know what I'm saying? Which route do I take? Do I actually go with the hard evidence that I got, you know what I'm saying, that
Mhm.
I've compiled, or do I just, hey, listen, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Y'all
you know,
boys
I
on
mean,
them tort claims.
you'll get a lot of opinions about each of those things here, like with Midwest and with this network here, because you're talking about things that have been discussed, and that a lot of that opinions have gone out, back and forth about what people might think and what people like to do, and you'll get a lot of feedback. I mean, that's the number one thing that I like about this community is the feedback. It's just amazing, amazing. I'm telling you, Midwest. I mean, it's not. I mean, I'm telling you, Midwest is my. I met him on YouTube online or whatever you want to call it, through this thing, and I never met anyone like that before. And I'm telling you, the guy's my brother now, my brother. I love this dude and his cousin too, right there, Big Groove.
That's true.
It's
It's like
all good. It's all good.
this is a family, okay? And I'm telling you, it's like that's what, and that's just I think they just figured out that that's the only way to operate. You know what I mean? Because there's just I mean, the information is too valuable. It's like who could afford it? One, and then two, it's like who's gonna be there when you got a doggone question? I was dealing with this one guy. I had questions, and he's acting like I'm harassing him or something. I'm like, dude, I just paid you $5,000, and you don't have time to answer my questions. It's like, what
That's
the
crazy.
hell, man? That pissed me
That's
off.
crazy.
But it's like, so it's like, I mean, that's why I don't want to ever try to teach this stuff, because people will get into their feelings, quick. It's like, but but this community has been real, and I try to it's just been phenomenal, and it's like that's what I think most people find is that they get feedback, and they always nobody here has not received 10 times more than they've ever donated, you know
Yeah.
including me. And I'm embarrassed about it. I really am. But it's just that, you know, uh, I'm catching up.
Hey
I'm
man,
catching up. But
everybody go at their own pace. You know what I'm saying? And they level of comfortability. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Because like I said, this stuff is some heavy stuff, and then you know you could go you you could get into something and not realize completely what you're getting into, like, and get
True.
yourself in trouble in the context of like them 1099 OIDs. A lot of people were getting jammed up with them, you know what I'm saying? And then I heard people recently say, oh well, it's because they weren't using it properly, they weren't in a correct status and things of that nature. But then you could use that to get all the returns back from the last 25 years and stuff. For me, I'm like, you know what? I'm really straight off a 1099 OID. Now maybe I play, you know what I'm saying? I'm straight regardless, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now
Right.
maybe I play with the 1099 A, B, and C's, the acquisition, the barter, and the cancellations. Maybe I deal with that in the 1096s. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, because you know, like I said, at the end of the day, I'm not trying to get to the highest level of the, you know what I'm saying? Oh, now I'm this or that or whatever. I'm more just trying to protect myself and gain assets and gain wealth. You know what I'm saying? And whatever level I need to go to for that, that's where I'm going. Like I haven't done my treasury pack yet. You know what I'm saying? And I
Right.
may not. But if I'm able to discharge and still, you know what I'm saying, do instruments in that or whatever the case may be, so be it. You know, if I gotta send a Form 56 to the boy Steve Mnuchin to make him the fiduciary, all right, cool, I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? Holla at my dog, you know what I'm saying? Holla at my guy, he'll sort you out, mate. You know what I'm saying? But I need this. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Straight
egg,
up and
Mike.
down. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? My guy will sort you out. Here's this, you feel me? Here's a letter of advice telling you how to do it, even though you should already know. But you know what I'm saying? Holla at my guy. Here's the letter. Here's how you do it. Let me get this. I need this car. I need this. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be. But, you know, I'm not trying to just go, you know what I'm saying, so deep down the rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's like, for what? You know what I'm saying? Like certain stuff I'm not going to do, like private plates and stuff like that. I'm not going to do all of that because I don't want to bring attention to myself. You know what I mean? I don't want to be asking for a problem that I got to deal with or whatever. So you know, certain stuff that me personally, I'm not going to go down that route. Like I'm in a position, I'll pay certain fees. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
certain things
Exactly.
I pay because it ain't worth the headache. You know what I'm saying? Or the risk.
Right.
But
And
you know, I'm just
everyone's
trying
got to
to,
have
you know,
their own
figure out
purpose.
exactly what level to get to where I'm able to do these things
Turn that
and
down.
it's straight and keep it pushing.
Right. Yeah, because it's like, I mean, I think that, you know, because it's clear to me just talking to you that you have, you know, just very specific things that you're trying to do right now. And so that means, you know, you might do more later. You know, it doesn't, why would anybody try to do everything all at once? I don't really know if that's even possible. But you know, because there's a
Nah, this shit
lot
is
of
like
stuff.
Zelda, bruh.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
impossible to do everything at once because you need this to get to that. This shit is on some
Yes,
Zelda shit for real. Like
Zelda,
I
man,
was
for
over here
real.
in the woods and they gave me a flute and what did I need a flute for? But when I got to the waterfall, I had to play the flute to open up the, you feel what I'm saying? But when I was in the
Right.
prairie, I had
Right.
found a snorkel in the prairie. What is the
Oh
snorkel
my
doing in the
goodness.
prairie? But I needed the snorkel to get to under the waterfall. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Jeez.
can't do this shit is some Zelda shit.
Yes, that's a perfect way to describe it. You know, so I mean, I think I've seen everybody doing is everybody's been focusing on their goal, on their purpose, but it's just that, you know, I think that what I feel I got out of here, besides just, you know, just the community, is the foundation to do anything. It's like we I think that we have a foundation to where anyone, no matter what their focus is, you know, they can do it, and they can do it strong. I'm talking about deep in Admiralty, I'm talking about at the ports where the land meets the sea, and I'm talking deep on land where where it's dry as a desert. You know, these guys can do whatever they want to do, and do it right, do it the right way because of the foundation. And so that's what I think, that because I wasn't gonna do any of this until Midwest, you know, you know, because when I first talked to him, I told him what I was trying to do, and after him and Shaq got a good laugh, because I was just gonna do A for B. That was it. I thought I was like a big deal, I was so, and then they were like, yeah, we know about that, but we're not really working on that. And I was like, well, what are you working on? And then they they told me and everything, and I was like, whoa. I was like, wait a minute, you guys are, because as soon as I talked to them, they demonstrated a massive amount of knowledge, and I was like, man, if these guys will help me do that, I said I'll do it, because the only reason why I didn't want to go further was because I wasn't familiar with all the information, and I didn't want to do the wrong thing myself. But they have that network and that expertise and that knowledge, and I'm telling you, I feel like they shortened my learning curve probably by about 20 years by now. Within the first month, I felt like my learning curve was shortened by like 10 years. Now I feel like, oh man, I mean, I'm feeling good, man, real good.
It's all good. Hit that thumbs up, people. Hit that thumbs up. That was the shit. Trey Snatch. He fell out. That was Trey Snatch. He was up here, y'all. We'll go back to the beginning of the video if y'all missed it. We've been going for 2 hours and 20 minutes, y'all. So you know it had to be going down on the Midwest show. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Yes.
Had a nice time tonight, this evening with the people. Yes, y'all. We're going to get ready and jump up off here. I got Shipper, Big Groove up here. Big Groove, that's my security, y'all. He one of the security details. Y'all see how big he is. Y'all don't want to get put in the bear hug.
Forget it.
Yes, Lord. Just like that. And we'll talk to you guys soon. You know what I'm saying? What's understood need not be explained. People, we'll talk to you guys later on this in the AM. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we'll go for a couple more hours. Maybe even a little bit more people will jump in the jump on the panel and ask questions and get their questions answered, you know, and then we can move forward like that. Then I got certain people in the comment that's what's out here saying they'll be ready on certain days to finish up their process and stuff like that. So if you haven't started your process, hit me up. Email me, mwedu38@gmail.com, mwedu38@gmail.com. Hit me up. I'll send you a link to the private platform, and we'll get you situated with your petitions and get you moving forward with your name change. And then wait for that date, and we will go from there. With that being said, be safe. Talk to you people soon.